Now, this is something that we have grappled with the entire day, the attention deficit villain. Already attention spans were not so great with humans, plus we have had the attack of the devices and the apps. And we are important guys, we keep getting notifications, emails keep coming, we have to answer them, Facebook posts need to be liked, WhatsApp messages, jokes need to be read, need to be forwarded. So there's a lot of activity happening, right? So there's an interesting study done by Microsoft Canada on the average human attention span. Can anybody guess how many minutes? 5 minutes? Seconds? Really was so bad? Unfortunately, yes. That study came up with a number of 8 seconds. Apparently, goldfish have an attention span of 9 seconds. We are worse, officially worse than goldfish in keeping attention at something. We get distracted so bad, so easily. So, there's a nice quote by Satya Nadella in that particular report, which says that we are moving to a world where the true scarce commodity is increasingly human attention. So we are all in an attention economy. The YouTubes, the Facebooks, everybody is essentially trying to say, okay, you've seen these 3 videos, why don't you see these few more? Netflix, so everybody is kind of trying to get your attention and hold on to it. You don't want to let it go. Now, given this challenge, how long do you think you can hold your audience's attention in a presentation? And please don't say 8 seconds. Slightly difficult to book meeting rooms for 8 seconds long. But give me a guess, give me a number. 5 minutes? 10 minutes, 15 minutes? TED Talks apparently have a limit of 18 minutes. They say that you can't kind of concentrate or hold attention beyond that. Now, what if I tell you, you guys have attended presentations where your attention has been held for up to 3 hours, sometimes edge of the seat. Movies, yes, I'm stretching the definition of the word presentation here, but ultimately it's a visual presentation. And there are many movies that I'm sure you remember where you were completely riveted, right? So movies are an example of where attention spans have been held. Now, there are various things about a good movie, acting and drama and visuals and all of that. But what's that one thing without which it's difficult to hold attention? The story. So basically, at the core of a good movie is always an engaging story, which is the thing that manages to hold your attention. There are, of course, exceptions to this. Talaiva, doesn't matter. And in Bollywood, bhai kuch bhi kar lega, chalega, it's fine. But most often, you need, even nowadays, even that is not working. So they're rejecting movies, even of these guys, and they say, no, there's no story. The story is very bad. Right? So stories are very, very critical because they hold our attention in an attention deficit, attention starved world. Let's dig a little deeper into why movies hold our attention. So can you think of a movie like Kahani, Vidya Balan? What was it about Kahani that held your attention? Suspense. It's a very suspenseful, beautiful suspenseful movie where you're like, who is her husband? Who are these guys, following her? How will she come out? Unfortunately, suspense is not something we can use in a corporate presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, दिल थाम के बैठिए, last slide में आपको बताएंगे कि हमें करना चाहिए कि नहीं. Can't do that, right? So, but there is still another trick that you can use, which actually is used in movies. Let's take a movie like PK. Right, in PK, Amir Khan is this alien, lands on Earth. Pretty much the first scene, his device is taken away, right? And the rest of the movie, technically, there is a suspense. Oh, will he get his device back or not? But is it really a suspense? Why? You know he's going to get it. What still holds your attention? The how. So the how part is very, very powerful in storytelling, which is curiosity. It's leveraging your curiosity. So Hemal had mentioned about curiosity, right? In storytelling, curiosity is a very, very powerful friend. If you can keep the audience curious about your solution, where you say, you know what guys, this was a big problem and we solved it with this result. Do you want to know how? Yes. Listen for the rest of the presentation, right? So you basically have got their attention, you got their curiosity, and then you use that for the rest of the presentation. Curiosity is a technique that movies use that you can also use. We'll come back to movies and some techniques that movies use, but that's just the quick 2 big advantages of the storytelling technique. They are memorable and they hold our attention.